Alexander Logvinenko from Group 5, and today I'll be talking about the hardware involved in our first prototype. But first, I will talk about our critical thinking. So what led to our first prototype? We discovered that people that are using the trains are not having it fun and it's unpleasurable. So people uh, most often going to use cars to commute to Toronto, for example, and that will create a lot of traffic and it'll create a lot of people being late and a lot of anger and car accidents, people being hurt, car damages, and we will try to avoid that. So our main idea is to focus on trains to commuting from place to place, where it's going to be very efficient. People will rather to use the trains and not the cars. Now the problem with the trains today is it's pretty much boring and it's not that fun. You just get in the train, you sit there and you look through the window. And we decided that if people will have something to do in these trains, people will gladly commute instead of driving the car. So we designed a table that will be insert in each sitting area. It's gonna be there's gonna be table. The table is gonna be inserted with computers. There's gonna be 4 computers in total. The table is probably gonna be designed by IKEA since they're the most familiar company and their wood is pretty strong. Um, we gotta make sure that it's gonna be comfortable and it's gonna be nice looking. I believe that most why our idea was not done before, nobody else thought about our idea, is because sometimes people forget where our real problems are. And I think car accidents and traffic and delivery, such as more traffic with cars, will cause trucks and whatsoever to be late with a delivery. Um, they forget about those problems, and we thought people should know that there's an idea like this out there. Obviously, the ideal customer is going to be our passengers, and going to be our companies that will create those tables and will create the computers. We decided to use Apple computers since they're pretty reliable, they're very user friendly, and they're very famous. They're going to be each Apple iPad inside of each side of a table. We think those companies will be the best and they will have a profit from this process. So after this table was created and put inside a train, we're gonna have basically this visual looking. So you'll see two computers and 2 computers for each side. Even here it shows just two. It's gonna be 2 computers in each side, and it'll be a different sitting area, obviously. To access the computer, you obviously we're going to create a hardware or a machinery that will check for your Presto. So as soon as you tap with your Presto, and it'll check you did tap before you went to the train, it will give you access to the machinery. Or it'll ask you for your ticket number if you don't have a Presto, and that will give you access to the to the the machinery. But we're gonna try to focus on more Presto users since we could keep record of who's using the device and where is he and what is he doing. Because people get tickets, they might break the stuff and they will we won't know who were they. So our design is going to be basic. The size of the computer, the size of the iPad is going to be 6.6 width inch, and it's going to be 9.4 inch of the height. So it'll be very user friendly, and it'll be big, so you can play around, you can watch videos, you can basically enjoy it. The only problem with seeing that is people can share your you see what you're doing on your table, but obviously we're not going to be showing private stuff there, and you probably should not show private stuff either. So all the iPads will have those features. It's gonna have the A7 chip. It's gonna have very fast Wi-Fi. It's gonna have nice new apps. It's gonna have the iOS 7, iOS 9. It's going to have freestone retina, although it's going to be covered with a plastic strong material on the table, so you won't be even be able to touch this retina, and the computer is going to be pretty thin and solid. We're going to have a database that collects all the data of information that those computers share. It's going to show what's the user's history, what they've done. For example, who broke it, who was the last time broke the computer. It's going to show the location and all the user's information. Even though it's affecting the privacy, it still should be in there just to be a control overall. So basically, look at it as the headquarters of our prototype. And obviously, we're going to have our technical support, which usually is going to be more involved with the train managers. So whoever there's going to be a manager in each train, which he'll have to check each of those computers that we may going to make, and if there's a problem, he's going to have to get technical support. And if before the train starts, it's going to be have to be checked every day, so there won't be any uncomfortables. And thank you for watching.